Alrighty. Okay, so welcome Thursday night. Sorry we couldn't do this on Wednesday, but I had some personal business I had to attend to, and I couldn't make it back in time. So it seems to disrupt a lot of schedules. My normal Wednesday group isn't here, so we'll just do this here, and totally cool. I got a couple of things I want to go over with you guys real quick, and then I'm gonna go over the slides and a couple of things on the slides that I want you guys to know. First of all, if you were not able to do the Proctorio exam last week, please let me know. Next week is the real Proctorio exam. It's got to get done through Proctorio. I know a lot of you don't like it, but it's just the way that we use to, we've got to do it for accreditation or whatever. So please let me know if you have any problems with it, and I will give you a workaround if there's an issue. Nextly, if you're doing the project as opposed to the final exam, step 2 of the project is write, create, read, update, and delete. Create, update, read, delete statements, which are referred to as CRUD statements, which is a very disappointing acronym, but hey, you know, CRUD is CRUD, right? So the question was presented, how many do you write? Well, you got to create 12 tables, so that's 12 of them. You got to insert into those tables, so you're looking probably another 12 insert statements. So you're probably looking between like 36 and 50 statements, give or take, because you got to create each table, you've got to insert into each table, you've got to update some tables, you've got to select from some tables, and you got to delete from some tables. So you're looking quite a few, minimum 36, and then beyond from there. Okay, if you have any questions or want to go over your idea for your final projects, please come on Wednesday nights and we can talk about it there. If not, please let me know and we'll set up a specific time that we can meet up and we can go over these together. Or I'm going to try to find one day in the coming weeks where I can just leave my Zoom open for the most of the day and just pop in if you need, like, have open office hours for a day, and we'll see how that works. I got to find a day for that to work, but all right, so let me go ahead and share my screen here so you can see what's going on here. Okay, I'm going to share the screen here, and let me go ahead and pull up the slides, which are right here. Okay, so this week we're talking about set theory. I'm going to jump around here because there's only very specific things I want you to remember. Please do the reading. Please make sure you read whatever is listed on the reading, be it a web page or the book. This week there's actually another web page to go in and read for the reading that's information on the quiz. Make sure you gather all that in before you attempt the quiz. So set theory is what we've talked about in the joins. Inner joins, outer joins, those are all, that's set theory. This is just a different way to do them. There are 3 basic commands in set theory here in this world. There's union, there's intersect, and accept. Intersect and accept. So union returns everything like it shows here. I'm unioning A and B. It's going to return everything since it's a union. An intersection is only where the paths cross, like 2 intersected lines. So this is an inner join, right? So just going to return this stuff here. An accept clause, it's returning, like if I said, give me everything in A except what's in B. So this is what you return, everything in A except anything that crosses over into B. Now, the trick with this is in MySQL, the only one that exists is union. You can't do intersect and you can't do accept. They're available in other languages, but only union is available in MySQL, and it kind of takes the place of full joins. Intersect is inner joins, so we don't really need intersect, and accepts are just where clause filters. Okay. So I'm going to jump over here real quick to the query window. I'm going to abandon the slides here for a second because all these other slides I'm going to just cover them in the query window where I'm going to show you some code. I'm going to talk about the difference between union and union all and a couple other things. In the slides, please make sure you read that, you know, MySQL does not implement the intersect operator, so you're not trying to run queries with the intersect operator. It can be very frustrating. Same thing down here with the exception operator, does not allow the implementation of the accept operator. Okay, so I'm gonna jump over here to my query window, and I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna reset this here. to where I want it to be. Okay. And let me just bring this back to where it needs to be. Okay, all right, so make sure this runs. Cool beans. Okay, so union all, what union all does, it brings everything back regardless of there being duplicates, okay? So if we scroll down here to Davis, we will see on our union all, where are you, Davis? There you are. We have a customer. So what we're doing is returning customer first name, last name, and then returning actor first name, last name, okay? So this lets us know what table it's from, and this lets us know the name of the person. So here in customer, we've got a Jennifer Davis. In actor, we've got a Jennifer Davis, and we've got a Susan Davis, and we've got another Susan Davis, okay? Because we're doing union all, it brings back everything regardless of it's duplicate or not. And the duplication is here, not here. No row here will be duplicated because we've got 3 columns here. So it's actor, customer, first name, last name. So because we're doing all, those are returned. If I change this to just a union, and I scroll down to find my Davises, which are right here, I got Jennifer, Susan, but there's only one Susan because that was a duplicate row, a duplicate row based on the results, not based on the query, based on the results. Now, if I want to put a where clause in here, I can't put, I have the order by clause can work for everything, okay? It doesn't just have to be for the individual. But if I put a where clause in there, I've got to put a where clause in for all of them. So if I go here and put where last name like D, okay? And I run it just like this, okay? What's gonna happen is all the actors are gonna show up with every letter, but when I get to D, my customers are gonna start showing up, okay? Because this only qualifies for this. And if I put this down here and not up here, it's only gonna qualify for this. So you've gotta realize, you gotta remember that in a union, it's 2 separate queries that act independent of each other and the result sets are joined. It's not like an inner join or an outer join or anything, because that's one query that the result sets are being joined in the process of the query. This is 2 queries running separately from each other that's having the result sets joined. So now if I run this as a union, go down here, and here's my Davises. I got Jennifer Davis, Susan Davis. If I go and get rid of this, okay, and if I go get rid of this, and I change this back to union all, and we run this, we have Jennifer Davis, Susan Davis. Because remember, union all returns everything. We don't know which table it's from because we took that part off, but there's 4. If I change this to a union and run this like this, now, because the results were duplicated, they're not there anymore, okay? This is just in the results show there are 2 duplications, so they're not there anymore. One other thing I want to show you here, my order by clause. Ordering by first name, last name. If I go here and I say F name and alias these out, L name, okay, and I run this query, it's happy and it runs great. If I run this with this order by clause and I run this, I get an error saying unknown column, last name, and order clause. That's because when we run a union, this query, this first query, sets the tone for everything. It names the columns, okay? So I can't use last name first anymore. I've got to use F name and L name, or L name and F name. And I've got to spell it right. So now if I run this, it'll run just fine, okay? And then our Davises, okay? So takeaway from this is there are 2 separate queries that are running, and they're result sets are being combined after the fact. Union all returns everything, including every duplicate, and union does not return duplicates from the result set. It doesn't care what the query is doing, it just doesn't do from the result set. Okay? Okay, the last thing I want to talk about, and then I'm gonna jump back to the slides real quick, is we're doing like a large union, where union like three results. So you got 1, 2, 3 results. Which runs first, which doesn't, which runs second. So what happens is when we run like this, it literally goes, the first 2 run, and then this result set is unioned to this result set. Okay, so these 2 run first, and the result set is gotten, and then the results of this are sent to here. So if I do it this way and I run this, I get 6 results. Okay, because my union all is here and my union's here. So union all is returning everything, and union all is not, it only returns what's not a duplicate. If I reverse this and put the all down here, and I run this, I get 7 results, because I got 2 Jennifer Davises, because the union all is down here. Okay, so the first part runs, the first 2 unions run together, get that result set, and then that result set is joined to the third result set, and that gets us our final answer. So it does matter the order you put it in. I'm going to jump back to my slides here real quick, because it makes a point here. I'm going to scroll down past this. Read the stuff about the intersect and the except. Don't try to run them, because they will not work and you'll get frustrated. Okay, we'll go down here, and this is another important thing to remember. In everything other than MySQL, you can use parentheses to determine what goes first. So in here, I have select this, and I have the parentheses here. So now, if this were not MySQL, this would run first, because parentheses always go first. It's just like math operations. Parentheses always go first. And then we'd have, this would intersect to that. But since we don't, it goes in order. This first, second, third. Okay, the first 2 join to result set, and then the third result joins to that result set. Okay, so let me stop sharing. That covers everything I want to chat with you guys tonight about. I hope you understand. Please contact me if there's any problems, any questions, concerns, particularly on the quiz or anything else. Again, Proctorio, make sure that's squared away and ready for next week. And hopefully you're working on that project, because it's gonna be a mighty undertaking, but it's gonna be a lot of fun to do. Nothing's more fun than just designing a database from the ground up and figuring out how the tables go and however the data flows. It's kind of like landscaping for me. All right, hope all is well, and I will talk to you guys next week.